Hi there, 4th grade. We are going to play a math game called Fraction Match. If you ask me, this is very similar to traditional Uno, if you've ever played that, where you're matching cards from a pile. You will need one set of fraction cards, one set of wild cards, and a couple players to play this with you. And again, we are working on equivalent fractions in this game. Here's how you get started. Shuffle your fraction cards and the wild cards together in one deck. Deal 7 cards to each player, then place the remaining cards, number side down, on the table. You will then take the top card and place it next to the deck. This will become your target card. It will be face up. If a wild card is drawn at this time, just put it at the bottom of the pile and draw a new one until you have your first target card where it's a fraction. After this, players are going to take turns trying to match the target card with a card from their hand. You can do that in 3 ways. A card with an equivalent fraction, a card with a like denominator, or by laying a wild card. If you lay a wild card, you're going to call out a fraction with a denominator of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 100. This needs to be an equivalent fraction to the target card. Let's look at the example here on page 163, I believe, in your SRB. Let's say our target card is 1/2. It can be matched with any of the following. So I might have an equivalent fraction, 2/4, 3/6, or 4/8. I could lay that card on the pile and then it goes to the next person. Maybe I don't have an equivalent fraction, but I have a common denominator. I might have 0/2. I could lay that down because 2 and 2 are the same denominator. Or I could put a wild card down. When I lay the wild card, remember, you must call out an equivalent fraction. So in this case, I might say 2/4. That is equivalent to 1/2. Okay? See how it's kind of like Uno so far, where you're laying your cards out and trying to have a match on that card next to the pile in the beginning. So if there is a match, the player's matching card is placed on top of the pile, and that becomes a new target card. It's the next player's turn now. When a wild card is played, let's say I just said 2/4. 2/4 is now the target card. Now let's say it comes to me and I don't have any matches, equivalent, or like denominators or wild cards. I need to pull a card from the pile. If that card can be played, I can play it at that time. If not, I put it in my hand and it goes to the next person. The game is over when one of the players runs out of cards and there are no more cards left in the deck. If time runs out, the player with the fewest cards will be named the winner. Boys and girls, if you have time to play when you're done, shuffle the cards back up and start over. If not, clean up your stuff and head to the next activity.